Yo, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Chisha Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
If marriage vows were honest. Let's get it.
I'm just lonely. All my friends were getting married and I didn't want to be left out. I love you, but not in a specific way, in a generic way. I just need security in my life. There's nothing really special about you, but I'm tired of looking for someone better.
You're the best I could do. I couldn't lock down anyone I actually liked because they were either taken or out of my league, but you were within reach because you do that weird thing with your feet. It's probably smart to combine incomes and cohabitate at this point. And I'm just getting a lot of pressure from my mom to settle down and not chase these little around anymore. So, I do.
She's such a
Oh, man. There you go, guys. If wedding vows were honest, what do you think? I think this is pretty spot on. This is typical, naive man and woman stepping into a modern day marriage and not really understanding the reality of their situation, right? The reality of being a woman who's been fed this fantasy and don't understand what marriage truly is and has unrealistic expectations. And then you have a man who's been greatly feminized by today's society and culture, who thinks that his woman is going to share equal responsibility and accountability for everything that goes on within that marriage. And they get married and everything slowly brews into a cup of bad coffee.
This coffee smells like shit.
As always, we're going to check out a couple of these comments, man. First comment here comes from a woman who says, I'm desperate enough to marry a man who is settling for me because he feels old, and I invested 4 years into this. My ex-best friend. A woman responded to her and said, 90% of couples are desperate. They tolerate things to be in a relationship. Very few people truly love each other. The original commenter responded and said, facts. I found that the hard way. Most don't marry for love, but for other reasons. Nothing wrong, but let's be real. And then we had somebody here who came and said, because love isn't real. If we all want love from the same few people, then it's not really something real or deep. It's pretty typical for women to have this type of conversation about people settling in relationships because a lot of women end up coming to the conclusion that they did settle. Hence why the majority of women initiate divorce. Here we have this topic about love. This commenter says love isn't real. I think the type of love that Hollywood and our naive minds grow up learning about isn't real, right? The type of love we want to be real, which doesn't really make sense, is we want life to revolve around us. We want people to love us unconditionally while we are flawed human beings. We want people to love us unconditionally, the same way that maybe our mother loves us. Everybody wants unconditional love, but still wants to maintain their conditions and standards, and life just doesn't work that way. Next comment here says, this marriage is built on a solid foundation and will last. Yeah, the guy in the video pretty much did everything wrong, deciding to get married because it's about that time and it's probably best that we combine incomes so that you can take half of my shit. And then the woman saying, you know, I'm just settling, right? This is just red flags all over. Another comment here from a woman says, LMAO, the bride is exactly how I feel right now. And a man responded and said, red flag, can't make this shit up.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
I want to take this time to promote something that I have on my channel that I don't think you really find anywhere else. It's a series of a lawyer kind of sharing divorce stories. And he also gives some advice when it comes to dealing with modern day marriage. Go look it up. What you want to look up is the title, Expert Attorney Shares Divorce Stories. There's a part 1, part 2, part 3, and a part 4. Now, the part 1, I know I talked a bunch of times in that video. It gets better with the other 3 parts. I kind of let him talk. But crazy divorce stories, but also some really good information that I think every man should know before you decide to get married. But on the topic of marriage vows, do marriage vows have any value today? Do they really mean anything? Through sickness, through health? What's the other ones? When I'm assuming there's something about being broken there. I'll stick with you through that. The reality is she won't. Most women won't. Finding a woman today who won't divorce you or finding a man who also has the right mindset for marriage is pretty tough. And guys, this is coming from somebody who will get married and believes in the institution of marriage. I believe it produces the best type of individuals, children. But at the end of the day, if more people are going to opt out of getting married, or marriage isn't going to be something that's taken seriously, then those vows need to be revisited, right? It needs to be something more realistic, something maybe more like this in the video. Oh, I got it. You know what the real vows are? The real vows are the prenup, right? The prenup that you sign that clearly outlines the type of shit you're going to put up with and what you're not. Real talk, right? That just came to my mind right now. I'm curious though. On this channel, what I promote is being as informed as possible when it comes to marriage. It's all up to you whether you see value in it or not. But I'm always curious to know what you think. Leave your opinions down below. Listen, I appreciate you for checking out another episode of The Coffee Pod. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.